not up and at him yet. This is me. And they call me with the message. Alright? Thanks. Bye.
Skipping urgent message.
Trying to get a line to call you. It's been, so problematic for some reason tonight. I can't get a dial tone to call you. So this is like my fourth location, and the phone went through. I couldn't talk earlier because it was right there. So if you haven't gone to sleep, call me back. Thanks. Bye. Just wanted to say goodnight anyway. All right.
Urgent message.
Hi. I hate that your phone keeps rejecting me. You must have a really bad connection. Anyway, I don't know. It's 11:42. It's not even late. So if you're not asleep, call me back. All right. Bye.
Skipping urgent message.
This is B. Please give me a call when you get this message. It's just not even about being negative right now. It's about sorting out some very serious feelings that I had for you, and not being able to reach out and touch you and talk to you when I think it's necessary, when I deem it, emotionally necessary to talk. Not being able to do those things, I was not ready to subject myself to that type of, and I was not able to endure it. And I think the way you're responding is just making it even worse for me. So I need to talk to you with regards to that, and just, maybe the talk you suppose that we should be having, that needs to take place then, obviously. I don't know. Your reaction to everything is really disappointing. And I need to talk to you. So call me and don't be acting like that towards me. That's probably the situation, how you normally deal with it, but that's just not going to work. So formulate your thoughts, processing and all that, whatever you need to do, and call me because I want to talk to you. I'm so falling in love, and it's not a good thing because I know that this is ultimately not going to end. It's not going to happen. So I need to talk that through with you. I need to express that to you, okay? And if I haven't said enough already, that's just where I am. So that you know. Bye.
To say thank you for letting me have a couple of days to actually think about what freaking happened the other night. Anyway, it was so funny how I had my whole mind made up on, let me leave your ass alone. I just felt like you was trouble. And it's so interesting how vibe is because I was right, I ain't gonna lie, I do have questions. I'm like, how do you do that? Who taught you that? Are you a goddamn professional? So on a real note, that was amazing. It was totally, perfect. If I were to vision what I want my man to be sexually, you would be that person, hands down. Am I mad at you? Hell yeah, because you know that you got those skills. So for you to do that to me, that was not nice at all. Because I was getting to know you in a whole different way, and it was cool too. That other way was also nice, So yeah, I don't know. It makes me more curious about who you are and what you're really about. I won't lie, But again, I keep feeling that vibe of how you gonna do me like that? That is not nice. So you definitely, at some point, will have to give me that explanation.
This is Robert Frank, and you're listening to the ManMindset.com Dating Help for Men with your host, Steve the Dean Williams.
I'm Tyrone, and you're listening to the ManMindset.com Dating Help for Men with your host, Steve Dean Williams. So get on board, long dick style.
This is Debo. Steve, the Dean Williams, give me your chain, punk. Yeah, sleep with your lights on. I still got the bicycle. Much love, Steve. Do what you do. God bless.
Yo, cupcakes. This is C.T. Fletcher, and you're listening to the Man Mindset Dating Show for men with your host, Steve the Dean Williams.
The following program is rated MAN. It contains real game, learning your value as a man, original ways to have her face in the pillow and her ass up in the air. I'm talking her knees pushed so far back, it's touching her shoulders. Touching her without touching her. Having a woman respecting your every move. Buying you gifts. Cooking and cleaning with a smile. And knowing her place at the table. So, for all you human males, cupcakes, surface dwellers, and grass-eating lions, your discretion is advised. Meaning, if you don't like the truth, then go find a show that helps you cuddle, complain, and cry about women. Just get the fuck out of here. It is game time!
You've been stressing and second guessing when it come to dating. Ain't no need to worry, this advice we giving is amazing. Leveling up and the plan is progress. Time to get connected with the man mindset. Helping all my fellas till you got it together. Step it up for the better, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There ain't no limit to what you can be or who you can get. Start pulling high value women because they know you legit. This is the man mindset. Hey, wanna welcome you to the man mindset. Yeah, won't find any other advice like this. On point, never miss. It's the man mindset. Yeah, let's go.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the D Class in session. Got to welcome you all to the show. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Got a good show for y'all guys today. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, guys. Shout out to everybody, the 323 that go ahead and get the likes up and everything like that, guys. We ask all you guys out there, if you get the opportunity, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and that helps the algorithm out. But it also shows your love and respect for the information that we are giving you. Also, guys, we say to all you guys out there, boy, let me turn down my music, man. I was bobbing to this shit. Turn that shit down a little bit. Also, guys, we ask all you guys out there that get your crayons out. This show is different than anything that you've heard before because we spit 100% all natural game, and we do everything they can to give y'all a position of strength and to really understand who you are. So we ask all you guys out there to, you get the opportunity, guys, for all my guys out there that actually want to learn game. And I say this all the time. If you want to become a student of the game that we teach, this is your first step. And that is going and getting your puzzle pieces. Go to the store, get the puzzle pieces, dump them on the table, and then put them together and start the process. Guys, y'all have the number. The number is 563-999-3056. If you got a question, put a Q in there. We got you covered as well. We answer all questions and all that, as well as phone calls. I think that's about it. Yeah. So I wrote this down. This is it. This is the show right here. It's the show right here. I thought about this. I was taking a shower. I thought about this and I said, wait, I'm going to do a show on this. And I wrote this down on a little piece of paper. So that's what we're going to be spitting the game off. As I keep telling you, the game that we spit comes off the top of the dome, but it also shows you just how deep game actually is when you become a student of it. And we have the board right here. I got something right here that's going to break down everything that we're going to be talking about today. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that we get into that. But as I said before we get into definitely the show topic, I ask all you guys out there to make sure that you ask questions. If you don't understand something, please put a Q in if you have a question or you need more information. Just go ahead and call in and we got you covered. Okay, moderators, I expect you guys to moderate. Make sure if there is bad behavior, time them out. Disrespectful, kick them out. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into the show. So many guys, we're talking about women that you meet, that you feel that you are trapped in this emotional game that she's playing with you of cat and mouse, not calling you, not messaging you, and just moving pieces on her board to make you emotionally submit to her. And that's what we're going to be talking about, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. And the thing is that now we're going to be talking from the I am, the I do, because that's where we always get the structure of everything to give y'all an understanding. But what happens is, gentlemen, is that for a lot of you guys out here, because of your fears and anxieties and all these things that you're feeling and stuff like that, you sometimes regret some of the moves that you make, and some of the moves that you make do more harm to you than good. And you really just don't understand why it is you do what you do. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Why it is you do what you do. Because the only way that you can break the rules and not only get your emotions under control and put her emotions out of control is the difference between the I ams and the I do's of the conversations that y'all have with yourselves. So then I need to explain it to you. Allow me to. I think I'm going to go into it, and I'm going to explain it to you why this happens to you. And we'll go to the board, okay? We'll go to the board real quick. I don't have my light. I should have my light and shit. But let's go to the board real quick, and let's look at what's happening right here as I get my little piece of paper out. All right, got my little piece of paper out, and let's get into it. So I don't think it grabbed that time. It did not grab. You see if that motherfucker SG grabs this time. All right, grab that shit, girl. There we go. Grab it. There we go. Now it grabbed. Well, damn, it did not grab. Well, anyway, if y'all didn't grab, we can just see it from this point right here. What y'all got to see when y'all are talking to a woman, this is communication right here, okay? And there is a difference between a woman hearing what you're saying versus a woman listening to what you're saying. When you are in the I do, women hear what you say, but what they do is they block out the information because the information that they're hearing is not going to stick. That's when you're in the I do, gentlemen. Okay. That's the I do. That's outside of you. We'll talk more about that in a second. Where we're trying to get you is to attack the I am, because you don't want a woman to hear what you're saying. You want a woman to listen to what you're saying. But this is why you guys get pushed out, because you hear, because everything you're doing. Let me see if I can grab a marker. Grab a marker here. Let me give you an example. You don't need this right here. Let me grab your example. So what y'all guys are doing, if you look at it and if you think about it, she got plastic over it. So if you think about it, oh shit. Hold on. Fuck. There we go. And screwed it. If you think about the I do and how you guys are doing it, is because a woman is only going to hear a man that is actually talking at a woman. Okay, gentlemen, talking at a woman. That's one of the most important things. A lot of you guys are talking at women. And because you're talking at women, they are keeping you on the outside of the edge because they're hearing what you have to say. But what you're saying doesn't have enough impact to go beyond the I do, or for her to actually listen to what you want to say. They're basically holding you back based off of how you feel, okay? How you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself. But even outside of this I do is where there is emotional manipulation and emotional control that a lot of guys don't even understand. But this is why they keep you out by hearing what you have to say, because see, this is where submission is. Women do not want every man out there to get to this point. But here's the beautiful thing that y'all are lucky about. Most guys don't even know that there's a point. Most guys don't even know that there's a core that women have that they only allow a selective few individuals in that they actually listen to, not actually follow. So we want to make sure that y'all see how this works. And this is just a simple thing, but we're going to talk more about it to give you more understanding and more clarity of why you're always going to be out. See, most of you guys get with women, they only hear what you have to say. When you're texting, they hear what you're texting. They're not processing or anything, or it's not having enough impact on her to want to listen to, because listening has more impact. Women hear guys all day, every day, but there are a few guys out there that they actually listen to, and we're going to talk about the why in that. So I wanted to make sure that we got to that point. Let me get back to this. Make sure we want to get there of why that happens, guys. So just wanted to show you all that real quick, to show you that this is part of the problem, part of the issue, and why it is going to do more damage to you than anything else, because the lack of control. So as I was saying right here, most of you guys out here, the manipulation is not her actually trying to manipulate you. And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions people have. And that's why I think a lot of people get mad at women, because they actually think women are trying to manipulate you. They're not trying to manipulate you at all. Most guys don't even understand that the manipulation doesn't come from the woman. The manipulation is, unfortunately, you listening to the voice in your head. See, it's one thing to hear the voice in your head tell you you're not good enough or tell you something negative. But because you actually listen to, and again, that's where the impact comes from. See, when you listen to, you actually take in, you actually believe, okay? And this is why limited thinking holds you back and triggers her feeling like she's got to lead you because you are having a problem leading yourself in this game. And this is where so many of y'all really don't understand, like, why me? But why not you? Why should she? See, if you guys really think about who you actually are, because nobody really takes the time to actually think about themselves, especially when a woman's around, because all y'all are doing is thinking about the woman. But your mindset has the ability to conjure up images, songs, speeches, jingles, and memories. You have that power to actually access all that stuff. But how does this appear in your mind? How does this stuff come up? Okay. How do these things happen? But it's about your behavior. It's about what you internalize, that you truly listen to, that internalizes and sticks to you versus things that you hear. Because what y'all guys understand is that you hear things every day. You hear things around you all the day that you just block out and you don't think about. But the problem is that you're too busy listening to the voice in your head. But what you're doing to yourself is you're hearing your solutions and information, and that's not why it's sticking. See, most of you guys will take notes and tell yourself something, but the reason why it won't stick is because you're actually hearing it, okay? You're actually hearing the information, and it's not actually sticking. It's not really showing you guys that I can be more. And the thing that nobody wants to let you know is that you guys have the power to control everything in your life. But see, nobody wants to tell you that. Nobody wants to tell you that you have that power. But here lies the problem, and it goes back to the gym, your mental gym. The untrained mind, if not trained correctly, when he runs into a situation, everything feels overwhelming. And anything that's overwhelming is going to have an emotional outburst, an emotional one, right? And it can throw you off into a spiral or throw you down a cataclysm that you can't get out of, or a hole that you can't. Because at that point, your thoughts that you begin to listen to, you take those as real, okay? You take those as that you think that your thoughts are actually true when they are negative, because these are the things that are actually controlling you. But I don't want to sit here too long to tell you the why things aren't happening to you and everything, okay? I say to you guys, and thank you, Tyler, for the $4.99 super chat, but I say to you guys out here, this is why game is so important to know, because you have an untamed mind. And because the mind and your thought process is untamed, that anything you say to yourself, it's like you're hearing the information, you're not listening to it. So technically it doesn't stick, or it doesn't have any kind of impact. But because of that, when you see a woman and a woman says something to you, just like your mind, you listen to the woman. Because remember, when you're in an I do, or you have an intent that is thirsting for the woman, running behind the woman, and bending over backwards for the woman, you lose control over yourself. There's no center point in you, because you allow yourself to move based off of the woman, or based off of what you think the woman is. See, it's funny how your mind works. Your mind makes you, your mind, or that voice in your head, acts like a mind reader to tell you what she's actually thinking, as if he can see her thoughts. But because he's saying that and you're actually listening to him, you actually believe that the thoughts. I mean, I was watching Cobra Kai, right? I was watching Cobra Kai. The last scene, the dude, cake over the chick, tell you loved her. She's like, well, why didn't you say that before? Well, I wanted to tell you, but I thought. See that shit? See, when he bought her some octopus necklace or some shit, and she broke up with him and all this other, and he started crying and getting in his fucking feelings, versus just letting her know what the deal was and leading the situation. You see that in a lot of TV and a lot of movies, where a guy sees a situation and he automatically has his assumption, and he doesn't do the thing he wants to do because he automatically assumes that this is going to happen. But that's why it never happens, because he's always listening to the voice versus hearing what the voice has to say and just doing what he needs to do. Because he's not acknowledging, because his mind is untrained. You cannot win this game if you don't have an untrained mind. You must train your mind, because your emotions are so intense. And the only way to regulate yourself is by actually regulating yourself, actually understanding who you are, why you are, and how you move. Okay. And, well, I didn't mean to spoil it for you, for Freelance. Watch it anyway. I didn't mean to spoil it. I mean, so just a little clip of that. But how can you move from an I do, where she hears you, to start listening to you through her I am? Women are going to take on information they feel that is important to them. Things that will, if it's impactful enough to change or shift her perception and her reality. That's why intent will never dent things. Wanting to have sex with her will never dent things because you are thirsting from something outside and you're not even pushing a narrative where she sees you as somebody she wants to be with, where you're just trying to force your way in. But when you get to her I am, and this is the beautiful thing I gotta tell you guys, they don't even know they have a core. They have no idea. That's why if you notice about women, if you guys notice about women, you ever notice how they perk up when they see a makeup commercial? You ever see how they perk up when they see a dress that they like very much, or how they perk up when they see something that they're really interested in? I think I got a video clip of that right there. Let me see if I can find that clip. I think I got a clip of it right there. I want to give you an example, and I want you to, no, that's not the example. Hold on a second, let me take that shit off. I want to give you an example of a perk up, if I can find that shit. Yeah, now I want y'all to watch. Look at the perk up. You see what I'm saying? Look at the woman to the right. Look at the excitement that she's having. Look at she cannot stop smiling. She talks, but she's dead on the dress. Do you see the excitement, the perk up? See, what's happening is that what you don't know is that her mind, guys, I keep telling you, don't think that you are the only ones that have this person in your life. She has them in his life too, but it's a different perspective. And the thing in her life that was happening is that she's listening to that because the thing in her head that she's listening to is doing the one thing that you guys are not doing, and that is trying to put a rug over her insecurities, the lack of self-worth, and all things like that. Not to say it's bad that women have things going on like that, but this is what it is. So she will listen to that voice in her head before she listens. Thank you, Pete. Appreciate that. Before she listens to you, who she will hear what you have to say. Hi, my name is Roger. I'm a Pisces. How are you doing? How's your day? You know, these are things that are not going to move the needle. These are not going to move the needle. It's got to be impactful enough to move the needle. But the only way it's going to be impactful is by you breaking the rules. She has a set of rules for her I do. Her I do is it's already ingrained because nobody's ever got to this. No one, if she doesn't know she has this, then how does she know how to control this? Because this is where the dresses live, the makeup, the eyeliner, the shoes, the romance novels, all that fucking shit that she has is right here. But she does see, those are the things that pique her. Like she can see a romance novel or watch something on TV or watch something that connects romance where she perks up and she will listen to and take on, like watching a soap opera or watching a, like I say, romance novel. She can watch that and actually feel, because the feeling is not coming from the I do, it's connecting to the I am. That's where the feeling, the core is at the feelings. It's always going to be at the inside of the feelings, the I am. And that's why there is such a connection to all these things. And that's what that, and this is the thing about marketing. This is why marketers and advertisers are looking at women as the number one consumer, because they know how to not talk at the woman as an I do. Because if they talk at the woman, she's going to ignore the TV. But if y'all notice that when there's ever something, if it's a Kim Kardashian or something like that, or Beyonce or anything that piques her mind and hits on that, it's something that she's actually going to listen to. And guys, listen, she doesn't just listen with her ears. She can listen with her body and she can listen with her eyes. And that's the powerful impact that a man can have, where the advertisers have that over her right now. But she doesn't even realize that she is actually a slave, a mental slave to the marketing, because marketers know how to make her feel that if you have this is going to make you fill in the blank. So she goes into that. But if an average guy tries to talk to her, she does have a Xena warrior princess that's going to keep those guys at bay, because those guys are not making an impact, because those guys are being emotionally manipulated coming in to a situation going against a woman who is actually emotional. So if you're emotionally manipulated and you're coming at a woman who is the master of emotions, then she will always keep you at bay, because everything you say and everything that you do is going to keep you at bay, because it is something that she will hear. She will go to dinner with you to hear you talk about nothing. She will hang out with you to hear you talk about nothing. She will speak to you on your text messages to hear your read your text messages about nothing, because you're not pushing the needle, because you are playing it safe, because you are listening to your gentleman. You are listening to your mind telling you that your mind looks at her and your mind automatically tells you what she is about. Isn't it amazing? Hey, don't do this or she's going to do that. Don't say this or she's going to do that to you. Make sure you tiptoe around and make sure, listen, this is how you got to get her. You got to ask her a bunch of questions about who she is, and you got to make it seem like you're actually interested in her by asking her about what she does for a living, and knowing that you don't give a fuck about what she thinks. You got to pretend like and nod and smile, and that's what she likes. And what you do is you actually listen to that bad information versus hear it, because a man doesn't hear information, especially that is detrimental to him. So as y'all can see, it kind of works hand in hand. So what I'm here to show you guys on the show today is how you can break the rules. The only way you can get to the I am is you cannot go through what you're, okay, remember, your perception, your reality, you don't see it right now. You don't see it, but I've got to explain to you the mindset of the rule breaker. Because the rule breaker has a way of seeing the world totally different. He operates on a different scale, a different mindset, because he doesn't operate outside of himself, the I do. He is constantly working on the I am, the trained mind, okay? Because, see, most of you guys are stuck in scarcity, and most of you guys are afraid, and most of you guys run away from trying to conquer things. You act like you want to be conquered, gentlemen. So that happens to your limited thinking and all that stuff that stops you. See, a man that is training himself to not listen, training himself to listen to himself and to allow information to hear it. Remember, as king can sit down and hear the council and what they have to say, but he will make the final decision. The problem is, because you listen to the information around you, you take that information as gospel where you feel you don't have a voice at all. But see, the man that trains his mind the right way sees unlimited potential in himself. So once he sees it, guess who begins to recognize? Well, it's unrecognizable. Excuse me. She doesn't recognize it. It's unrecognizable. Let me show you this. As I said before, getting to the I am has to be her allowing you in. But the only way she's going to let you in is by the unrecognizable language that you speak of yourself, your fingerprint and who you are. Because you have this kind of potential that she's never even heard of before. Because when she talks to you, looks at you, and sees how you move, she sees that you're a man that doesn't think small. You think the big picture. She notices in how you carry yourself. And these are the things that allow you in, and you don't even have to force your way in. She pulls you in because she begins to listen to a man that thinks big. Okay. a person who doesn't limit himself, a person that just doesn't look at one tree. He's the fucking forest. Okay. He's somebody that she notices that every time I think I've caught up to this guy and have figured him out, he's always 5, 6, 7,000 moves ahead of me. His intelligence of what he is just so enamored and so different and so out there. It's so out there because he's not trying to put me in there. He's not asking me any questions. Does he not care about what I think? But who else doesn't ask? All right, let's go back. Hold on. I want y'all to see something. I want to correlate what I just said with y'all guys. Crayon time. Okay? Who else doesn't ask questions, gentlemen, but the woman lets them in? What things don't ask questions, gentlemen? They don't talk at her. They talk to her saying that you can put me on or not. And if you don't, you lose because somebody else will. And they don't have to say it. They just show up. They don't have to. See, guys, they let in the dress, the purse, the shoes, the makeup. Don't say anything. Now, don't get it wrong. They have somebody that speaks for them, which is the marketer that taps into her listen and not hear. So the dress piques her interest that goes into the I am. It piques her curiosity. And then the reinforcement is the marketers that go in there and say, this is how you will feel if you put this on. It's the same thing, guys, with the man. The man does not try to say to the woman that I'm the perfect guy for you. He doesn't even say anything like that. He doesn't move like that. But the thing is that his optimism is so fucking just mind fuck, because she can. I'll use me. $4.35. I keep telling y'all, man, I didn't buy any name brand thing. I bought like name brand shoes. I only bought video games. There's a basic ass apartment, riding my bus and everything like that, right? What blew their minds was I never did the sob story of trying to explain my life to somebody else. What they love the most is that I always focused on who I am versus what I have or what I lack having. Thus, that then shows her and opens up the more the I am, where the average guy is always talking about what he's lacking. I wish I was taller. I wish I had more muscles. I wish I had better looks. You know, they're always looking at the lack. So what happens is, and I'm going to show you why a woman hears that information. Listen to me. What do you think a woman is saying to her fucking self all day, every day? I'm getting old. I'm getting fat. I'm not pretty. I feel fat. I don't feel sexy. I'm feeling old. All right. That's her talking to herself. So when she hears that from you, she doesn't want to listen to that shit because she's already saying that shit to herself. So when you're saying that shit, she will hear that shit, which will go through one ear and out of the other. Okay. But what draws her into a man is that she can't understand the embrace of change that he brings to her life. She sits there in the middle just out of nowhere and begins to smile. And she doesn't even know why she's smiling. And her friends ask her, why are you smiling? And she's like, I don't know. It's just a thought that just, hey, remember, it was a thought that she listened to because there was an emotion connected to that thought. See, when you make her smile, laugh, and blush, the thing that she rarely does, a man never does, she listens to that because that attaches to an emotion and a feeling versus somebody running around and kissing her ass, gentlemen. But then there's also something that they notice. See, The shoes, the purses, and the dresses don't take action, but they position themselves to say to the woman, seize the opportunity to put me on. Seize the opportunity to put on my shoes. Seize the opportunity to put on this dress or this shirt or this makeup. Or if you notice, guys, if you guys ever go through a mall, if you notice, if you walk into the mall, not from the outside, but from the inside of the mall, why do you think the jewelry, makeup, and shoes are right there? Because when the woman walks into that motherfucking place, there's nothing else out there but seizing opportunities. They have perfumes sitting out saying seize the opportunity. They have dresses saying seize the opportunity. They have shirts that say seize the opportunity. And if you want to really seize that greater opportunity, go into the fitting room so you can seize that opportunity to make that. Do you see what I'm saying? Seizing the opportunity is something that a man is doing because this is the game that most guys don't do. They're not the opportunity. They never see themselves as opportunity. And if you don't see yourself as opportunity, then all of a sudden you're going to fall into the I do, because most of y'all guys just don't believe in yourselves. Because see, the man seizes the opportunity because he seizes himself, not the woman. He sees the woman, yes, but the woman is not the opportunity. See, the man sees the woman as the option or the perk. Sorry, ladies, it's true. He sees her as the opportunity, the option or the perk. The opportunity is in who he is and how he is going to bypass the intent, the I do, and to talk where she hears to have more of an impact of a listening. Because he's working towards not a goal, because he doesn't try to reach fucking goals. He's looking at a bigger, larger picture. See, it's just like the marketing team. They're looking at a bigger, larger picture. See, they're saying this, okay, we've got this dress. You might not want that dress just because you see it, but you know what? I bet if we put that dress on Beyonce or put that dress on Kim Kardashian and slap them motherfucker asses on People magazine or Any Woman magazine and all that other stuff, and then find another company that could mark that shit down, I bet you she'll do it, because women are just like sheep. They're just like you males out there. They will follow opportunity when it's right in their face. Sometimes they don't see it, but sometimes there is a nudge based on who they like. If there's a certain artist they like and they see what she's wearing, you see, what y'all don't understand is there's so many layers of game in clothing, because the artist isn't just wearing the shit that she wants to wear. No, the PR department, her marketing team, and all these other stuff are saying, okay, what fashion department want to bid? She's about to do a video. She's about to walk. Okay, who wants to bid? How much you going to pay us for her to wear that shit? Because if she wears that shit, you're going to flip your money 3, 4, 5 times over. But see, y'all don't see that. See, y'all just see the end result of it. Y'all see the woman walking, or the artist, the ladies see the women walking, or the artist moving, and they just fall in love with the outfit, because they think by wearing that outfit, they can actually sometimes be that woman. And that's why the game is so deep. And that's why women don't understand what's going on. But see, even seizing the opportunity will show her. See, women sometimes plan in the now. But most of them, like you, live in the past. And because you live in your past, you don't plan for it now. You plan for her to tell you what your now is. And then you wait to be told about your now. And then you plan about your now in your present. But you do not see what a man doesn't plan his fucking now. He doesn't plan his present. He's already passed his present into his future. The moves that need to be made are already set in line, and all he's got to do is just do them. Like I tell you before, I have been creating thoughts 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and I can pull that information out right now, bring it to my blacksmith, clean it up a little bit, and it still works just today because I already know the moves that I need to make and the positions I have to do to get to the I am. And here's a beautiful thing about it. They're not the moves to get to the I am. They're the moves to have her let me in without me doing a goddamn thing because she's so enamored and so blown away by what's happening right now. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I'm saying. The door behind the door is absolutely the door behind the door. But see, the thing is, in order to have that thing in front of you or the door or a door beyond the door, you have to have an open mind, and you cannot be closed-minded. And see, what happens when you follow all those red pill guys and all these YouTubers, what they do is they close you off to the world. And if you're closed off to the world and you're closed off to a woman who doesn't want to be closed, the sexual revolution happened for a reason. Guys, I think you guys don't understand. Women do not want to be held back or chained down to being what they want to be and feeling how they want to feel when they want to fucking feel it. They don't feel like they have to, they never feel like they need to explain themselves to people. But when they get with someone who allows them to be free, they have more understanding because they'll listen to that person because that person has an open mind. He has an open mind, but he also has certain types of strength that open her mind up to say that, you know what, this is somebody I need to follow. This is someone I need to understand. FO asked the question, does the same rules apply to male rappers with chain skinny? Yeah, well, that's why, okay. Most of you guys are just slaves to foolishness. Everything you see is placement for a reason. LeBron James just doesn't wake up and say, well, I'm gonna throw on some shoes and some pants and a shirt. No, before he walks out that door, his team says, okay, well, I got this shirt from this company over here. This is why I want you to wear this. I've got this jacket from this company. I want you to wear that. And I got these pants and I got these shoes. And then when you step out in the paparazzi, because again, they set it up. Yeah, y'all understand the layers of setup. So he walks out for the paparazzi to take the picture, and then the fashion person of the house or the company will then break down every piece of clothing he has. Well, he got this leather jacket from this place and it's $400, and he got this shirt from this place, is this thing and this thing. And what y'all guys do, like parrots, because all y'all do is mimic people, is that you're saying, wow, I want to be like LeBron James, but let's take LeBron James out of this. Let's take a rapper. Let's take a rapper that he wants to rap. So he's on set. He's in his trailer. He's waiting for his PR team to say, okay, we got your outfit for you. We bring in the fake money. We got the fake jewelry in here. This is what you want you to wear and all this other stuff. They're going to call in the women. They're going to rent out the mansion. They'll rent out the jet, the yacht, and everything. And all you dumbasses do is believe that motherfucker's living that way. And you're saying, wow. So if I wear what he's wearing, then that's going to get me women. Because he's getting women by wearing it. So if I wear it, I can. Why do you guys think you see athletes like Tom Brady or Michael Jordan drinking Gatorade, or Tiger Woods used to show? I mean, they do it because they're so much larger than life. You actually think that that's what they do on a daily basis, but that's how the mind is fucking you over. See, you take that in and you listen with your eyes at this point. You look through your eyes and you see things and you're saying, wow, in order to be like him, this is what I got to do. It's the same thing with women. That's where y'all problems are coming from. So yeah, FOA is actually the same thing. It doesn't matter. Whatever you see, guys, y'all need to see whatever you watch on the live tube is not real. I wish I could just show you guys. If y'all could just see those ice cream commercials, realizing that it's not ice cream, it's lard. Y'all think that burger is actually a real burger and juicy? No, that's fucking like sometimes they use fucking clay and shit like that and make it look juicy and heat that motherfucker up and make y'all think, I got to have that. But because you don't listen to yourself, you listen to everything outside of you. If that makes any sense, gentlemen. You listen to everything outside of you. But again, you either listen with your ears or you listen with your eyes. You listen with your eyes when you see somebody with a woman. And you think that if I wear what that guy is wearing, then I'm going to have the lifestyle. Okay, have you guys ever seen a 300-pound woman in a fucking Mercedes, Jaguar, BMW? Think about Audis, Lexuses. Have you ever seen a 300-pound woman in a expensive car in a commercial? No. Have you? But no, you'll see them fat ones in those goddamn, maybe it's a Dodge, Toyota, or like if they're selling a fucking minivan or some shit like that. But when they mark up something big like that, oh no. I mean, you guys drinking beer, you notice that there's always got to be a woman around because they got you thinking to actually listen with your eyes that you buy this car, you get to have that woman, that exact woman in your car. And y'all guys don't even see it. But that's how marketers get you. But because marketers know how your mind works, marketers know that you are actually a parrot and you mimic behavior because you hear yourself. You don't listen to yourself, but you listen to everybody else telling you what you should do for yourself. And that's why a lot of you guys mess up. But this is the same thing with women. A lot of women listen to other women, right? You know, women have this thing where a lot of women are lonely. A lot of women want relationships. A lot of women want marriages. A lot of women want a lot of things. And what a lot of women don't realize is that the advertisers got them on sucker all day. All day sucker shit. Why do you think men are buffoons and idiots on every show you see? If it's not a TV show that they fall in love with the female characters and they follow them with their whole career and shit, they do commercials making men look like idiots. Because if the man looks like idiots, it makes the woman seem that she's smarter, she's stronger. So then she wants to feel like she's smarter and she's stronger and blah, blah, blah. So everybody's being tugged at because this is happening. But I want to get back to that. But I'm just showing y'all how game works and why most of you guys are losing, because you're too busy listening with your eyes and your ears, and you should be listening with your mind. And that's what they don't want you to do. See, if you listen with your mind, then they can't fuck with you. You're like, well, we can't sell shit to him. We can't sell anything to him. Why? Okay, why do you guys think? And this is sick, and this is sick and sad. And I want to say that before I say what I'm about to say. This is really sick and really sad. But isn't it sick and well? It's sick and sad to me. Maybe not to you motherfuckers, but I'm explaining. Why do you think high school girls dress scantily clad when they're trying to have a some type of let's make some money, some fund or charity? Why they dress scantily clad to get you guys to drive in and give you a car wash and shit? It's sick and sad. I want to make sure I show you that, because a lot of you guys listen with your eyes. Give you another example. That's even, but that's sick. So I don't want to talk more about that. But another example is that you listen with your eyes when you actually go into a strip club. You listen with your eyes on OnlyFans. You can't touch her, but the way she makes you feel is that she's actually talking to you. So then you fall in love with a false image and stuff because you look with your eyes. You listen with your eyes and everything. So this is why this is how a lot of you guys get caught up with women, but this is how you guys get caught up in your feelings and emotions, because you look at the makeup, the eyeliner, the blush, the mascara, the weave, and all that shit they cake on themselves, and you become enamored with a lie and a mirage versus her showing you her true self. She doesn't have to show her true self to you because you accept her as is, just like you would. That's like you go into a used dealership and you see a shiny ass car and you won't even lift up under the hood. You just buy it off the general principle that it looks good. Wow, the tires are all shiny. It's all buffed up. It smells nice. Oh man, let me get it without even taking it for a test drive or testing it out. So that's what happens to a lot of you guys, and that's why you guys get caught up in the I do versus the I am. But I want to talk more about that. Guys, lines are open if you have a question on all this. But we're only here for another hour. But I want to talk about how we can change things up. And the only way to change it up is by breaking the rules. Right now, your mind has had you listen to the rules that you have to abide by when you see a woman. You see a woman, you have to walk on eggshells. You see a woman, you've got to beat around the bush. You see a woman, you've got to fucking do whatever. You just fill in the blank of reaction. But gentlemen, what have I told you? When you see a woman, you should never react. A man never reacts to shit. He only responds. So many of you guys are caught up with all these emotions when you get around a woman. Because you're caught up in the emotions, you're listening to her body. You're listening to her ass and her titties and how she looks. That's why you're always off your fucking square, because your eyes are doing all the fucking listening. Then when it's come time to do something, you begin to hear your fucking self say, well, how we can't do it. Because you're always reacting. Gentlemen, no man should ever be proud to say that he's messing with beautiful women. No man should ever say that I got a beautiful woman. And I tell you why. I already told you why they're not beautiful and all that shit. But I'm saying that if you're talking to beautiful women all the time, that's the standard. So you don't need to talk about something you're doing all the time. And it goes to show that you don't have beautiful women when you're sitting around saying, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Well, no, she's not beautiful. You're beautiful. Remember, she ain't shit. But see, the thing that will get you to the I am is by responding. Remember, this is where bid comes in at. I tell you all the time, what you guys do, if it doesn't matter what kind of woman it is, if it's, I'm gonna use my markers. Okay, I'll use my markers. I'm gonna use two markers. If it's a blue woman or a black woman, no matter what the color it is, you will respond accordingly to what she has on. You will respond to how you feel about yourself, and you will never respond to both people the same way, because your worship of them is so great. You feel that you have to talk to this one different than this one. Thus, this is why she knows she's got you in an emotional tug, because all you're doing is you're trying to be what you think. Remember what you're listening to. Your mind is telling you, okay, this is a blonde, so this is how you got to respond to the blonde. This is a brunette. That's how you got to respond to the brunette. This is a chick with curly hair. That's how I got to respond with her. This is how you respond to one with big titties. This is how you respond to a woman with a big ass. This is how you respond to a Spanish woman, a woman from Afghanistan, a Pakistan one, and a Japanese one, a white one, a black one, a green one, a blue one. You're so busy listening and responding, you don't see that you've already lost, because you're reacting to something that dress, purse, and shoe and makeup, they never react. I know you're saying, well, they can't talk, but yeah, they are talking. Do y'all understand? They are talking. But guess who's listening? She's listening. Because they're saying, I don't have to tell you to put me on. Shit, you put me on and watch what happens. I don't have to tell you to spray me on. You spray me on and just smell yourself and buy me. Wear me. Put that powder on me and put that wig on you. Just take me on and I got you covered. Because nobody can take care of you the way I take care of you. They don't have to say anything. They just show the fuck up. And the woman listens with her eyes. And once she listens with her eyes, what happens? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me got the camera all over the place. What happens is once she listens with her eyes, what happens at that point, she's already bought in. But what I'm saying to you guys, there's no buy-in when you respond to somebody that what? That really doesn't believe in herself. She has no self-worth. She doesn't, not at all. But yet you are reacting on what the fuck she is. You're reacting. But a man never, ever reacts. He's always in action. And while he's in action, he is responding. See, gentlemen, when you react, crayon time, when you react, gentlemen, what they don't tell you is that you are acting on impulses of fucking emotions that is forcing you to move in the intention or the I do. See, gentlemen, let me say something that's going to sound weird. Do you understand women make themselves beautiful to ward you the fuck off? You understand women wear bras and push-up stuff. Now, they don't do it intentionally. But if you think about it, and I want y'all to think for a second, that isn't it odd? The prettier she looks to you, the more she warts your ass off. The more she fixes herself up, the tighter clothes she wears, it warts off all the weirdo, loser, creepy guys. It pushes them away. Because that's what y'all do, because y'all are moving based off of your fucking feelings. But let me tell you what a man does. See, this is how cold a man is. See, when a man sees her, he's in action because he's responding, righty, not off of the woman. He is processing his information on the moves that he needs to make and position himself into before making any moves in any situation. As soon as he sees, oh, I'm sorry, I did it again. As soon as he sees her, he's already processing information to respond and not act. And people miss the boat on that. Men never respond to shit. That's why they throw women off the scent, because they're not used to a man actually moving. While she is warding off all the guys in the I do, he goes bypass the I do because he's attacking the one thing that she doesn't even realize he's attacking. Because he's doing the one thing that she's not prepared for. And what is that? Not coming from the left, or excuse me, my right. We're not coming from the right, not coming from the left, not coming from the back door. He's coming straight at her motherfucking ass. Something that she's not even processing or can't process. But what else comes at her, straight at her, that doesn't come from the left or right? The shoes, the makeup, the eyeliner. Those things never beat around the fucking bush. They never try to kiss her ass. They never beg her for shit. They never try to take her out. They just stand and post the fuck up and say, you do it or you don't. I don't give a fuck who's next. Y'all don't even see that women train themselves from that. Y'all don't even see that, how women have automatically trained to listen to things that post up, that doesn't try to prove themselves, because the proving is already proven through her listening with her eyes. That shifts from an I do to an I am. But see, you guys that are always actually trying to prove yourself through action, trying to make her feel things, is not going to happen, man. You must learn how to respond versus abruptly act. You've got to be able to express yourself through your responses, because what you're doing, even see, in reaction, you are expressing negativity that she hears. And that's why she doesn't want to call you or spend time with you, because there's nothing impactful about someone that beats around the fucking bush. She knows you want to fuck. And don't think they don't know. They all know you want to fuck. And that's why I keep telling y'all guys, stop trying to act like you ain't trying to do something. They know you want to fuck. But what throws her off about a man that ain't trying to fuck, because y'all keep telling y'all men ain't trying to do what y'all average motherfuckers are doing. Because while he's processing information, what throws her off is because he is aligning his thoughts and everything he processes with his fucking values, morals, and codes to make the move he wants to do, because he's already regulating himself. He's not thinking about, oh my God, she's so pretty. Oh my God, what do I say? Oh my God, I hope she calls me. I hope she gives me the time of day. He don't give a fuck about that. Because he, unlike you, he welcomes in the obstacles. See, when an obstacle pops up with you because you're in reaction, you run away from that. Like they tell you that she got you know how many women have told me they have a boyfriend that fucked me? You think a boyfriend is, you think I give a flying fuck? You got a boyfriend, you're married, you was so fucking, and what? For all my guys at the bid, y'all know what we tell them to do. Because every obstacle to a man is a fucking opportunity. Because I take charge of things, okay? But see, by taking time to think about what you think about for yourself, how you're feeling for yourself, it better helps you understand you in every moment, to realize that there's going to have to see what I'm trying to get you guys to see for yourself. If you have any questions, put a Q. What I'm trying to get to see y'all guys to do is I'm trying to get you guys to break the chain. There's got to be a break in your perception and a break in your reality, because right now your reality is that these women are special and these women are different and you must behave differently. But as I said before, does a dress think that way? Fuck no. The dress says I'm going to sit right here. She's going to look at me. Oh, she went by. She went by. She walked by. Oh, she's coming inside. I don't care who walked, because you know what? Somebody's going to purchase me, because somebody's going to see the value in me that I'm not trying to force myself on them. I'm not trying to force myself on them. I'm just sitting right here. They're going to check me out. They're going to grab me, pick me, prod me, turn me around, look me over, put me down, walk away, maybe come back. They're going to do all that. They're going to do, every woman's going to do that, because they're going to draw in curiosity, and that's how I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them because they're going to start listening to what they think is going to happen when they put me on. That's what the dress is thinking. So if the dress is thinking that way, why are y'all thinking differently? Because see, what y'all got to do to be able to break the rules is, number two thing you got to do is you've got to get rid of, if there's anything you got to get rid of, is all them fucking weak ass excuses, man. All your fears, your distrust, your emotions and all that other stuff, man. You got to get rid of that shit. What you don't understand is that when you begin to stress the fuck out by seeing a woman, you don't know how your mind works. You see, your mind is like your fucking mother in some cases, trying to protect you. If your mind feels that you're stressing the fuck out, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to tell you to calm the fuck down, back the fuck off. What can I do to de-stress the situation? Versus a man's mind that goes on the attack and wants to conquer. He's saying, this is what we're going to do. This is the weapon we're going to use. This is how we're going to position. This is where we're going to move next. Two total different things. But it's all about how you perceive yourself. Your mind is only going to move to the level of how you feel and think about yourself, gentlemen. It's just how it is. And most of you guys don't regulate anything. Most of you guys don't see yourselves as, you know what, just taking time out for a second. Nobody wants to look at that. You know what I mean? It just, and I always say to you guys out here that in order for her to listen to me, she's got to feel like what I say is going to impact her in a way that's either going to move the pendulum of education or elevation. That's it. But how can one elevate and educate a woman when he cannot even elevate and educate himself because he doesn't believe in himself? And I don't mean you being an astrophysicist or you having schooling and all that other stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that by working on you are more. See, people don't want you to be dangerous. As I said before, they don't want you to be one of one. Nobody wants you to be one of one. Because one of one cannot be controlled. Because one of one becomes one of two, one of three, and one of four to himself. But when you're not one of one, you're two of one, three of one, four of one of somebody else. See, the pendulum is going to swing one way or the other. See, when you are one of one, the reason why you're one of two, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you are the one and everything else falls underneath you. Scribe, your marketing team, and all that. You are king and emperor. See, one of one. I want y'all to write this down because I think y'all might sound like I'm saying the same thing, but I'm not saying the same thing. So I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. When you have the mind of breaking the rules, you are actually one of one. And from that one, you will become the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5 of yous, right? The blacksmith and all those other things. But the problem with y'all guys is that you're not one of one. You become 2 of one. That means you become somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's movements. You become what they do. So then you're not actually hitting your one. You're actually maneuvering to the two. Wait, I'll show y'all because I know y'all like, Steve, what the fuck are you talking about? Let me see if I can. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see. Where's the? All right. That'll do. Perfect. That's perfect. There you go. All right, y'all. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Oh, let me see, girl. Come on, zoom in on that bitch. All right. Let's see if we got the zoom in. Okay. So this is what I want to show you guys. Okay. This is what I want y'all to see. And God damn it. It's acting up on me. Let me see. Let me just move it out of the way. All right. So let me move my head out of the way so I can break that down. Where's my, okay. Give me a second. Let me hold on, Jay. I got you on your question. Hold on, let me show you something. This is very important because nobody talks to you about this. We're the only ones that talk to you about this to understand, to understand why you fail. Now, remember, when you're one of one, that means when you become one of two, that two can be scribe, your marketing team, your warrior, your detective, your studio, because everything's falling under the one. Shit. Give me a second. So technically, hold on. So technically, guys, okay, so technically, if y'all see that here, everything falls under the one. You're still the one. You're at the top of the podium. You're number one. Everything falls under you. That's when you have game, because you are one of many things, but all these things are actually you. You're the one. But I'm going to show you what 98% of you motherfuckers are. That means on this side, what I'm saying is you're 2 of 1, 3 of 1, 4 of 1. So all these YouTubers, red pill guys, and all that stuff, you then mimic the behavior of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why you're in the I do, the intent, because you then become 2 of 1, not 1 of 2. 2 of 1. See, there's a difference. I want to make sure. I'm getting back to this. I wanted to make sure I said that to y'all guys so y'all have a better understanding of that, because I know it sounds like I'm saying the same exact thing, but I'm totally different, saying something totally different. Most of you guys are 2 of whatever person you're following. And look. This is when you are being heard versus being listened to. Because when the woman recognizes you're 2 of 1, meaning you're not actually who you are mimicking a behavior from somebody else. They can recognize that. They can't recognize this because this is weird to them. It's totally different. But let me get to your question that you had. Jay said, so 1 of 1 means you think for yourself, and 2 of 2 means you think by her. No. It's 2 of 1. It's always going to, the 1 is going to be there, but it's depending on what side of 1 you're on. If you're 1 of 1, and then from 1 of 1, okay, then you can go from 1 of 2, of 3, of 4, of 5, because you're still the 1, but the 2 is it's a subsidiary of your 1. So your 1's the building, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the companies that are in the building. That's when you're in your I am. But most of you guys out here are 2 of 1, 3 of 1, 4 of 1, meaning that you are regurgitating and mimicking other people. So you're actually not necessarily you. You are whatever you mimic and regurgitate, which means is when you get around a woman, this is why she's hearing what you got to say and now listen what you got to say, because there's no impact on a person that tries to be another man. There's no impact. That's like I tell you, it's like throwing a paper ball at a building and trying to knock it down. It's no thing, okay? Yeah, well, 1 of 1 is when you have game. Because 1 of 1 is actually the one that is working on more things about him to make him a better one. But let me explain, because we ain't got much time. So what I mean by the one, okay, like I always mean, the one is this. This is the one. This is the source of the one. The one will always be your uniqueness of who you actually are. So either you are going towards your uniqueness in your fingerprint as one of one, or you're going away from it trying to mimic and regurgitate somebody else's one, which makes you a two of one. I mean, nobody talks about this, guys. This is how deep game is. But I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to y'all guys, what I'm saying, okay? Because most of you guys don't understand that you are actually fucking yourself over trying to mimic another motherfucking man. But in order to understand that, you must start off being actually one of one. But one cannot be one of one when one does not believe he is the only one of one. Oh, shit. I don't think y'all heard me. Listen, nobody talks about this. Nobody on the internet talks about this. Listen. When you believe you are one of one, meaning through your fingerprint that you are the only you, is the only way you can unlock 2, 3, 4, 5. This is why most of you guys will never or have never unlocked your scribe marketing team, your culinary school, your drug. See, I keep saying your. See, one of one is your. You're never doing that because you're his, you're two of one, meaning you're following him. See, you're a him, not a you. So that means when you're following him, you are a carbon copy of that other person. But see, nobody wants to tell you this kind of stuff because nobody wants you to see that you are only a sucker and blinded by you're blinded by somebody else's I do. His I do, his life, his mistakes, his breakup, his problems with women. See that? His shit. You are caught into his life, not your life. Thus, you then start to what? Listen to him and only hear yourself. See, what a man does, he listens to himself and he hears the outside world because whatever the fucking outside world has to say is none of his goddamn business. See that? That's how that works. Doesn't matter, man, woman, dog, elf, unicorn, and smurf. Doesn't matter. He hears the outside world because the outside world has no power over him, no control over what he does. The outside world can say and do whatever it wants to do and move and think and say whatever the fuck they want to say. It's none of his fucking business because he hears it. He doesn't take that shit as real because he can only take himself as real because all he is working on is himself, to learn himself better, to be more evolved, to keep on growing. Thus, that man, when he walks up on a motherfucking woman, she has never been prepared. She's never prepared herself for this. She's never met a motherfucker at his core. She's only met motherfuckers that play games, deception, manipulation, lies, and all that shit that they do. It's this simple. But see, people don't want you to actually be one of one. Because if you're one of one, I can't tell you shit. But a one of one will be mentored by another one of one. Because the only way a one of one can grow is through the mentorship of a one of one. A two of one, righty, can only be mentored by what? A two of one. And that's why they become, remember I told you, good, great, master can go either way. They have mastered whatever the 2 or the 3 or the 4 or the 8, the 9, the 10 have told them to be for themselves based off of their life. Not their life, their life. See that shit? See, nobody wants y'all to see the truth because nobody wants y'all to see that you are the cause, and this is why you can't break the rules. You can never break the rules because how can you break something that somebody else has set for you? Can't break it. They set the rules on how you move. They set the boundaries. They set the size of the fish tank that you're floating your fucking ass in right now, or the jail, or the prison. You actually think that you're free right now. No, you're not free. You're as free as they want you to be free. You're as free as the marketers want you to be, the advertisers, or the advertisers who hire the models to make you think that you're about some shit. You're just as free. You're as free as that. That you have, this is all limitation. But this is limitless. They can't, they see, what y'all don't understand is they leave. Let me check the lines real quick. I'm talking all this shit. Let me make sure the lines are open. I'm over here talking. Let me check the lines. Listen, this is why there are rules to the game. The rules simply state that as long as we have the masses, these guys are not a threat because who the fuck wants to learn themselves? Who the fuck wants to be themselves? See, remember, guys, listen, follow me on here. This is a very important thing. I used to be on this side as well. And let me explain why. When I was young, my parents, who had handed down stories from their 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, they decided to take their 2s, 3s, and 4s and push their thoughts on me to keep me bottled up into what they fucking wanted me to be for them. They pushed religion. They pushed thought. They pushed all that shit on me. But once I become free and I started questioning them, I broke free. See, I had to break free. See, we all start over here through the love and trust we have of our parents. We will all start here because why would our mom and dad fuck us over? We love our mom and dad with everything we got, and they would never fuck us over. They will never tell us to be what they want us to be, right? No, there lies the problem. So when you are stuck on trying to please your fucking parents, now, and like I've always said, now listen, from the moment of conception to while you're living in their house, unfortunately, guys, you must honor the right here, because you have no say so, because you ain't paying no bills. You're just a child. You're living under their roof. So that means, guess what, guys? You're following their rules. You're following their rules. So you're not actually one of one, because you don't even think you're allowed to have a thought or a voice, right? Because your thought and your voice is from your parents, your pastor, TV shows, rap videos, you name it. You have, from that point, from moving to a 2 of 1 from mom and dad, then you look to like I say, you watch musical rap videos, you watch athletes, you watch movies, and you take on somebody else's thing as that. So then you live in this world right here, never realizing who I'm actually am, right? But what happens is when the 2 of 1, your parents, throw you out into the world, then you're stuck in this little you're not even a 1 of anything. You're still a 2 of 1 going into the world, of confusion. Because some of your parents coddle you to a point where they say, everything is sunshine and rainbows. Everything is good outside that world. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people live under this umbrella. And this is why they will always fail, because they would rather be a 2 of 1 versus a 1 of 1. See, when you become a 1 of 1, you do this thing that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to question things. Mom, if there's dinosaurs, why aren't there dinosaurs in the Bible? Mom, I don't understand something. If there's a heaven and people die, how the fuck can they come back from heaven and tell their story? Well, wait a second, Mom. If there was an Adam and Eve, well, then who was there? How did they know that Eve bit the apple and all this other stuff? I mean, again, I'm not trying to change this. I'm just saying that this was me. I'm asking all these questions. I'm like, Mom, let me ask you a question. Mom, I don't understand something. I know I got to go to church. I had to go to church and CCD and all that stupid shit. But then I used to get my ass bit and my ass beat. I was like, Mom, I don't understand something. If I'm praying, I got a straight line to God. Why do I need to go to a church to please the pastor to get to God if I can go straight to him? Got my ass whipped because I was always questioning things. I was like, wait a second, something's just not right here. I'm not following the herd. I wasn't built to follow the herd. But once like with Santa Claus. Well, Santa Claus was another reinforcer because like Santa Claus, I mean, we believe the parents and everything. But because I learned how to free myself and create my world, that's what unlocked the 2. See, the 2 didn't come until I realized the simple rule I tell you. Don't kill anybody because you'll definitely go to jail. If you speed, and especially your brother, you might get a little bit more than a ticket. And when you go to work, do your job, right? Those were the laws that I understood that I must abide by. But I realized after those 3 things, the weird thing, I can create my world my way. And once I did that had a altering shift in my thinking where somebody knocked on my motherfucking door. I get a knock on my door in my mind because they're only going to come out when you're free. They don't help you when you're not free because they're not gonna go at you. But I got a knock on my door and he's like, Mr. Williams, how are you? My job is to take down your thoughts, sir. So whatever you want to say, go ahead and write those thoughts down and I will categorize and I will write down all thoughts that you have. I will not ask any questions. Have any thought that you have and we will put those thoughts in the necessary. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who is this? Who is this? Because at this point, you unlock. I keep telling you, y'all don't see it. You unlock shit. When you are 1 of 1, you unlock you. You cannot unlock being somebody else. You can't unlock that. You cannot unlock you by following somebody else's I do. Because it's their life. It's not your world. And I'm not trying to put you against your parents and all that other shit, but God damn it, when you are free, there is nothing that can touch you. But you know what draws the woman in? See, the woman is so used to this that this is what she listens to because this is outside of the fucking box of everything that she's ever seen, heard, or thought of. Because why is this guy 1 of 1,005,876? On and on and on. You are limitless. So I'm just saying 1 of right now few, but you are actually 1 of intimate. If not intimate, I mean you're infinite, excuse me. You're 1 of a million things, but you can never reach your 1 of 1 when you are 2 of somebody else by following somebody else's motherfucking thought. the game does not work that way for you. And that's why y'all are constantly failing, because you want somebody to tell you what to do versus telling you how to think for yourself. See, women are enamored by someone who responds, because the guy that responds is only doing what he wants to fucking do and doesn't give a fuck about the result, because the result is a hear, it's not a listen, right? You see what I'm saying? It's a hear. She's allowed to say no. She's allowed to say I have a boyfriend. She's allowed to say I don't care about you. She's allowed to say I can't stand that you have other women. She's allowed to say, you know what? It's either me or the highway. They don't give a fuck. Bye. But why do they come back? Because we're so unique. Being one of one sets and shifts your reality in such a way that it is scary for you, because you are finally fucking free. You're actually free. It is the most beautiful thing when you're free. But let me explain something to you. Even in the slavery days, when people were 2 or 3 or 4 of one, and they learned that they were free, they didn't go. They stayed in the plantation. Some of them, they just stayed because that's all they know. They're afraid to go outside that door because of the unknown. So this has been going on way before the internet. I'm just trying to show you, give you an example. I hate to use slavery, but I'm just giving you an example that even slaves, when they realized they were free, some of them did leave the plantation. But a lot of them fucking stayed because they were used to being less than whoever was ahead of them. And see what happens to a lot of you guys accept being less than because you choose to follow somebody else's path versus go down your own path. And this is why men are so rare. This is why men are 0.001%, because a lot of people out there don't believe that they can manage themselves in the unknown. Yeah, T skills, being uncomfortable. But isn't evolving an uncomfortable experience? It's lovely. It's beautiful when it's like that. Listen, it sounds crazy, but you welcome in the challenge of things feeling off. Versus when they feel off, you just run and hide and scurry until everything figures itself out. Thus, this is why most of you guys can't win with women, because a lot of guys are not teaching you this level of game. They're not showing you the beauty and depth that you have as men. Okay. All right. And that's what I'm saying. You have, it's very hard for somebody to actually be one of one, when it's so easy to be 2 of one or 3 of one. And as long as you are moving one as somebody else and not yourself, you will always be a slave to whoever you're following, and you will always follow that stupid ass shit. And your life will always be their life. You have no life. You have given up your life. How do y'all think cults work? Jonestown and all these other fucking weird ass cult things. It's because what? Person coming into the cult had to give up who they are to be part of what they thought was something bigger and something greater. But they don't want you to know that you're already something bigger and greater, because you're actually the only one of your kind. Oh yeah, uncomfortable is, like I told you guys, it's kind of like I was telling you about the movie Wanted. What they say in Wanted, and Wanted, you're looking at fear the wrong way. See, you labeled that feeling as fear. That's your problem. You never ever thought of thinking that when I see a woman and I feel that feeling, what if that feeling is fucking get off your lazy ass and let's go eat? Let's go hunt. Let's go conquer. But because you were never self-driven and was told to do, you then heard somebody else line up what you feel. They say, well, you know how it feels like, you know, when I see a girl, I get this weird feeling. Oh my God, me too. Yeah, you know, I just don't know what to say. I get nervous around her, man. Boy, I have fear. And then what do you do as that? You're right. That's right. That is fear. So what do? You take on his I do, not his I am. So I've never told you that feeling is fucking fear. I'm telling you, maybe that feeling is let's go get it. Let's hunt. Maybe that was the same feeling that you had to get to the egg. And maybe it's a lion trying to break out of your fucking weak ass to say maybe it's time to man the fuck up. Because anything that has value is going to be something you have to work for. It's going to be an uncomfortable feeling. But if it's an easy go straight down the hill, then it's not good for you. Thus, those manospheres and those pills, everything is laid out for you. Your milk, they tuck you in and everything. They make everything easy for you by taking the blame out of your fucking ass and blaming women for everything that goes wrong in your life. Boy, how easy is that? And guess what? You are training yourself to go for the easy versus it's your fucking fault. It has nothing to do with women. You're the one that's weak. You're the one that needs to work on your game. Who the fuck wants to hear that when you can hear? Listen, you got a choice of really hearing the truth, or you can hear, oh, it's not your fault. Man, it has nothing to do with you. It's these terrible women out here. Golly, these women are, these modern women. I mean, just killing y'all with the same words marketers are using to you because you guys do not understand what it means to actually be one of one. You can't be one of anything when you're 2 or 3 or 4 of something. You are going away from who you are by regurgitating and mimicking another fucking man's world, his life. His life becomes your life. And that's why a lot of y'all guys mess up. And then when you hear guys like us try to tell you there ain't no modern women, it's all bullshit and stop cupcaking and shit, guess what happens? Your mind that is trained to do that will then what? Start to defend its position by hearing and not listening. See how it works? So when someone comes along and tries to tell you you should be one of one, you only hear the information because your mind forces you to do what? Y'all ready for this? Is a mind fuck. This is going to be big. What your mind does is it forces you to look at the fucking messenger and not the message, right? Think about that for a second. Your mind has a way of self-sabotaging you by when you hear some real fucking game, what is the first thing they got y'all doing? Well, let's look at the motherfucker saying it versus what he's saying. Let's look at him. Well, damn, he's black, so it doesn't have anything to me because I'm white, blue, and purple. So, or he's short, or he's old, or he's this, or he's that. You fill in the blank. Your mind forces you to look at the messenger. Listen, you listen to the messenger and you hear the message, meaning you don't even listen to the message because you're laser focused on the person saying the shit versus listening to this person saying the shit and not looking there. He's the fuck up in all this shit. See how that works? It's so much beauty in this shit. It's so much depth in this shit that people never want to tell you guys this. Because what they want you to believe is that his problems are actually your problems. Are you fucking serious? Your problems ain't what I tell you about that song. Remember that song by Oscar Brown? Tonto said the Long Ranger, we can get away if we can. Long Ranger looked at Tonto and said, what you mean we, white man? You be in trouble, but it don't involve me. Especially when you're one of one. When you are one of one, you think different, move different, see the world different. Your reality is different because your reality, your perception is always changing and evolving because it is always doing this, expanding versus you just standing still. Thus, where do you think the midlife crisis comes from? The suicide rates and all this depression and shit come from? The depression, suicide, and all the stuff that y'all see comes from is motherfuckers realizing that, oh my God, all this time I've been following a motherfucker's life and his life is not mine, but look what I've done. I've got a vasectomy because that guy got one. And you know what? I actually want kids. Now you can reverse vasectomies and stuff. Or guys like, you know what? I had a great woman and I didn't want her because somebody told me that it was wrong being with women. See all that shit that they do? Man, they are fucking you over because they don't want you to be one of one. They want you to be two of whatever the fuck they are, meaning that you are actually following their path, their narrative, and they are fucking you over every goddamn day. And the joke is that's why when a lot of people, they see cults and stuff like that, and they always say, well, I could never be in a cult. Red pill. I could never be in a cult. Hypergamy. I can never be in a cult. Closed money status. I could never be in a cult. You see that shit? I go on and on. Well, the thing is, somebody can be reprogrammed, but here lies the problem. Okay. I've dealt with a lot of red pill guys, but it's harder work for them because they have a level of subconsciousness of negativity that will always sprout up, and it's more difficult because they actually believe. Like, think about this. People that come from cults it's very hard to acclimate them into the regular world because all they know is what they're taught to believe. And what they were taught to believe was actually they thought was truth. So their truth is then rooted into their core, and they will fight and defend that truth versus somebody that may touch on it. And that's why you need somebody that can actually free you. But there are a lot of people saying I can free you if you just follow me. But there's not a lot of motherfuckers over here that's saying, I'm not trying to make you me. I want to find you to find you. Don't be me. Find you to follow you. That's where it's very rare. It's not too many people out there like that. Okay. Not too many people out there like that. What has helped them out the most in your experience? Well, the most has helped them out is when I see a lot of these guys come in defensive because it's the fact that they have trusted, and because they trusted, they feel like fools and idiots for trusting these guys. So they don't have trust. So in order to get them to trust, I always tell them, like I tell you guys, don't believe anything in fucking. Wait, what do you mean don't believe you? Why would you say that? Well, because this is not about me, right? But that kind of gives them a little shift because they're trying to process where these guys are saying, trust me. This guy's saying, don't trust me. But why should I follow fucking you if you're saying don't trust me? Because I'm not teaching you how to think. I'm teaching you how to think for yourself. When you can just listen. If you can just listen to what I'm saying, keyword, listen to what I'm saying, and take that information and see it for yourself, that's where the shift is going to be. But if you're hearing what I'm saying, I can't help you because you're always going to question me versus the information. See that the hearing forces the looking at the person. The listening will go at the information. And that's what someone that is a teachable student. None of my students look at me for what the fuck I am or what I have going on. They take information, use their blacksmith who they never even thought they had. I'm the first motherfucker breaking that down. They are blown away by their blacksmith and they realize that, holy shit, I can actually think for my fucking self. And some of these guys cry, they tear up because the shift in the reality is so fucking great. It is an emotional freedom that it's overwhelming, I guess. It's overwhelming for a lot of guys. They tear the fuck up because for the first time in their life, they're actually free. They're actually free. And I tell them it's not about me. It's not about me. Some guys say, you know what, Steve, after listening to you, man, like I told you, I drove out to the countryside and I cried, man, because I never thought that I could actually be free. I never thought that I can actually think for myself because all my life, my mom or my dad or my siblings or somebody always made me feel, and it's not hearing what you're saying, it's by listening what you're saying, taking that information, processing it, and utilizing it, that I realize that I can be any fucking thing I want to be for myself. And I don't have to listen to whatever they say. I hear them, but I'm not listening. I hear them, but I'm not listening. I'll give you a quick example because we only got about 15 minutes left. Freelance Ronin, I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. If you guys watched the last episode of Karate Kid, Freelance, cover your ears for a second, Freelance. I know you don't want to hear this. I'm going to give you a prime example. One of the old students went into the evil dojo, right? And he started talking to all the people. Hey, guys, I'm sorry I did y'all wrong. Come with me, right? And the sensei just stood there. And then he let that motherfucker get done talking. He said, hey, and they snapped in the thing. He said, hey, and they just did their moves, right? And then that motherfucker turned to that kid, and you know what he said? They hear what you're saying, but they listen to me. I said, see that shit? That's game, right? Y'all got to see what I'm talking about. That's game. That's game. Wait, did I just mute myself? Wait a second. Can y'all hear me and everything? Let me see here. Let me see what he's saying. Yeah, y'all can hear me, right? Because I only got 15. Y'all hear me? Check. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm mute. Oh, he's muted. Okay, I'm sorry, he was muted. I wasn't red pill, but I doubt myself a bit. Well, no. Now listen. You've got here's the thing. Y'all have got to stop coming in this shit lying, dog. Most of you guys come from that red pill shit. And until you can be honest with yourself and say that you actually listen to that shit, you're never going to hit this because you're lying to your fucking self. If you listen to that shit, you was that because you believed in that bullshit. It amazes me. It amazes me how you guys will sit and lie. I do this every time my clients. I ask, how much red pill have you listened to? No, I am. Come on, dude. Why are you fucking lying to me? Well, I did listen to something. See what I'm saying, man? But you're saying I wasn't whatever. I'm going to pass that shit up. I had a pleasant experience with women. Now I believe that I can do. No. You never had a good experience with women because you're not a good experience. If I were to ask you about your amusement park, you couldn't tell me one fucking thing about your sexual amusement park. But you want to know why I'm a good experience? Because tomorrow when I start breaking down the Halloween game and shit like that, you're going to realize that I am sex. I'm a great experience. But it is going to be tomorrow when I break this down, tomorrow night when we break down the Halloween game and all that other stuff, Sexoween and stuff. But I am the experience. And the reason why I am the experience is because how the fuck I am to me. But if you're lying to yourself, this shit ain't gonna work or help you, dog. It just won't. It just won't. And no, but that's what I'm saying. See, you came from a pickup artist community, D. Okay, you came from a bunch of lies, a bunch of rhetoric, and a bunch of bullshit. So, in order to get there, again, this is where the teacher comes in at. This is where the teacher comes in at. The teacher must teach you how to teach yourself. You cannot do it on your own. I know y'all think y'all can, but you can't. How do I know that? Because I'm still a student. I've been a student since I was 9 years old. I can't learn myself because I am truly one with myself, but through the guidance of my mentor and stuff like that, man. So I'm just saying that, man. Mass says, what is the game in its persist from deep? What is the game? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. What Master Appeal? Please ask the question. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? I don't understand. What is he talking about? I don't understand what he's saying or what he's talking about. If you can ask that again, Master Appeal, I don't understand what you mean by your question. Please rephrase it or reframe it. I don't know what you're talking about. We got about 9 minutes left of the show, but yeah, what was he saying? FOA? I don't understand what he was saying. I don't know what he's saying. So FOA, what does he mean? What is his pure state? What in his pure state? I don't. Okay, hold on. D says, where is level 0? Like, how does one know they have reprogrammed? Well, you can't know. Okay, listen. I don't know how many times I say this to you guys. Until you have a mentor that is teaching you, that you're under, kind of like with Luke with Obi-Wan and Luke with Yoda. If you watch Kung Fu movies, they always have a mentor. Until you have a mentor, you will always be this. You will always be this. You are not at a level to break free of the spell that you are under until you get someone that is not under the spell. So you will never reach anything until you get your lazy ass and find a mentor. But again, DM, you, like a lot of these guys, bird watch. And you just watch shit. That's all you do. So yeah, a lot of this ain't for everybody. That's why I keep trying to tell you, the game ain't for everybody, man. Game ain't for everybody. But this is one of the most important things to see, learn, and understand. But until you learn that you are actually one of one, okay, you will always be 2, 3, 4, or 5 of something. They will always be ahead or above you. That's how cults work. They say these aren't cults, but look at all that shit they telling you. Modern women, all that silly shit. Because it's catchy phrases that it's like marketing phrases that tap into your feminine. So, it just doesn't work for everybody. And, a lot of people just want to hear that women are bad. I understand that. Everybody wants to hear the negatives. There are people want to hear how bad life is and how tough life is, because they want to be told how to think versus think for themselves. And through this, you can always see this scale right here will always show you what you actually are to yourself if you really take an honest look at yourself. If you actually take an honest look at yourself. Or freelance, the judgment stem from this. See? The judgment stem from this. A man doesn't judge because he doesn't give a fuck. But all that judgment and everything you see stems from what you see right here. Because you are the sum of somebody else's parts. You are not the one of you that creates other parts of you. You're taking in your Toyota part, your Mercedes part, your Benz, your Ferrari parts, and you're trying to put all that shit together, and you're just a clusterfuck of like, who the fuck am I? So I got to keep watching somebody else to try to understand, because life is so unfair, because guess what? He said it's unfair. Life is not going to work because guess what? He said it's not going to work. This guy said that Earth women are so bad, go to Mars and fucking meet women. And most of these motherfuckers would do it off of somebody else's life. But what cults do very well is they try to make you feel like your life is actually their life by attaching a feeling or emotion to make you feel like you're saying, oh shit, wow, this guy understands me. Wow, this guy is following. This guy is like, he's like he knows my life. How many times have you gone to church and the preacher's preaching and you feel like he's talking to you? How many times have you gone to a marketing thing and that guy's talking and it feels like he's talking to you? Man, they get y'all every fucking time, because you're not the only one thinking he's talking to you. You think he's talking to you because guess what? You believe everything he fucking says to be truth. This is why people will never understand the game or grow. And this is why everybody can't be a man. It just can't happen. You have got to make a choice to free yourself to be one of one. And until you are one of one, you will never be anything but somebody else's bitch. That's just how it is. Because like I told you before, we all started there. We all started over here because of the trust that we had of our parents. But some of us freed ourselves to go into the unknown and trust ourselves to get through that unknown. It was just like, again, it's a slave mentality. It's the same thing. People just don't want to leave comfort. And unfortunately, it was like that with a lot of slaves. They just didn't, because the comfort, it wasn't comfort. It was just used to, it's just being used to daily life, being used to just doing whatever the fuck they were doing on the plantation. That, oh my God, you're telling me you're going to send me out into this fucking cold ass world and I've got to fend for myself, build for myself. You ready? Think for myself. Fuck that. I'm going to stay my ass right here on this fucking plantation. If you motherfuckers want to go, you go. But fuck that. I want to be told what to do. And that's what y'all get. And people don't want to hear that shit. But that's the mentality. And don't get me wrong, they were all kind of slaves. Slavery is just not black people. There have been slaves throughout the world that have not just been black. There have been slaves everywhere. And they've always had a mentality. They love comfort. And they do not want to go outside that comfort zone. Those that go outside the comfort zone are stronger because
90 seconds.
They survive and they get kicked down and beat up and they learn and they grow and they move forward. And, again, and some do go across and try to get out and they say, no, I can't tough this shit. Fuck that. I'm going back. See that? Some will even go across and some will come back. 714, last call. God, you want last call. How can I help you, 714? What's up, sir?
Yeah, Steve, it's me. You know what? I think there's just
60 seconds.
Fuck off. Get off my fuck. Why does this loser keep calling? I'm sorry, guys. I see a number and I open it up. I don't know why this loser keeps calling me. I apologize, man. This guy's a weirdo, man. This guy's a weirdo. But no, we have no late show. No, I was just doing it today. But no, we'll have a show tomorrow. We will tomorrow we'll be breaking down the Sexoween and all that other stuff for you guys. But this is very important to realize. Steve, remember the first Conan movie we do Conan's Chains? Yeah. They don't even realize freelance. They don't even realize they freelance. They don't realize they can be free. They think they have to be a slave to somebody because they've been so beaten down
10 seconds.
and told what to do. They think that they have to be that. They think they have to be that thing. I'm sorry, guys. I got to remember, if I see a 714, I'm going to hang up on that bitch. I'm sorry, guys. That weirdo motherfucker, man. Fuck that motherfucker. But anyway, but see what I'm saying? Even losers still listen. And he's a loser. And he still fucking follows because he knows what game is fucking is. So, but anyway, guys, so make sure y'all think about what I said. Soak up the game. Soak up the information. Y'all know how to find me if y'all need me. But yeah, we're gonna tomorrow's show we'll cover the guys. It's already out right now. We got the Halloween game already out. We break down the costume, we break down everything, and we'll be breaking down the trick or treat game, and we'll be breaking down the Sex-O-Ween, and we're gonna show you all the stuff all the items that you'll need and stuff like that. So we'll break all that stuff down. Okay. So we just want to make y'all, boxing. I'll look that up. It sounds amazing. But anyway, guys, just remember what I said, man. Soak up what I'm saying, guys, because a lot of people don't want y'all to hear this. A lot of people don't want y'all to hear that. Okay. And the only way that y'all can understand it is being a part of it. And I hope that what I'm saying can shift a few of your minds and help you see the world in a different light. And if not, it's cool. But if so, welcome home. You know what I mean? Fuck with your boy. We out.
Just like that, man mindset. Just like that, man mindset. Have a good night, the show is over. Take notes and use what the dean has told you. Now with dating, your game is colder. No hesitation when you approach her. Gotta level up, gotta keep on rising. Till you the best, got the touch like Midas. Now you got style, you got all the women flocking. So many options, now you got it popping. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, just like that, man mindset. Gotta come back again. Hey, just like that, man mindset. Email the manmindset@gmail.com.